everybody, it's Mama's Comedy Show.
Hey! Hey, cousin everyone, it's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show, and with me is Cousin Kenny.
Hey!
And Cousin Jaimz.
Hey, y'all.
And Cousin Ali.
Hello.
Yeah. So let me just start off by saying I saw Wicked today. Worst movie I've ever seen in my I haven't seen it yet. I hear it's amazing.
Did it
Never
defy
heard of
gravity?
it.
That's all that
Never
matters.
heard of it.
I don't even get me started.
I was upset, man, because not one of them had a Boston accent. You know, I just thought if it was going to be Wicked,
There's
it
a
would be
sketch
Wicked.
out there about that. The Wicked boys going to see Wicked. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
So yeah, I'm Jaimz. How many times did you cry?
I was crying all night last night, and then I cried while I was doing my review. And
Nice.
It's just, and I'm going to see it again on Sunday, and then I'll see it with my daughter, and then at Christmas they're going to have the sing-along version. So I'm going to that.
When you saw it the first time, were you one of those dicks that sang
No,
along?
actually, this is the thing. I actually pissed off my best friend because I told her I have to see it by myself. I didn't want to go with anybody. I didn't want to get a group of friends
In case you were
together.
disappointed?
No, I wanted to be able to focus on it and
Right.
not worry about what my friends
Yeah.
group was thinking or dealing with, talking to each other or whatever. I wanted to sit. I wanted to focus. I wanted my popcorn and my drink, and I wanted to be left the fuck alone.
Did you get the popcorn bucket?
Actually, I had the super ticket, so it came with a poster, a popcorn bucket, and the tumbler I have over
Wow.
there.
Nice.
So it was pretty good. It was only $30, and I mean,
Yeah.
with all that stuff and the ticket, I wasn't mad at that.
They're going a little crazy with the popcorn buckets.
Oh my god,
They are.
they're
I almost
so
bought mine tonight,
stupid.
my first popcorn bucket
Which
tonight.
one? The stadium?
No, the helmet for
Gladiator?
For Gladiator.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I thought they had the Coliseum as one as
They may
well.
have, but
Yeah, yeah,
tonight
yeah.
they had the helmet,
There's
and I'm
several
like,
of them out there.
I
Red
want it.
One has a sleigh, which I thought was pretty cool.
I want the helmet.
But Kevin bought the butthole one.
For Deadpool Wolverine?
No, not Deadpool and Wolverine for Dune.
Oh,
Dune.
that one.
Oh, the butthole.
Yeah,
It does look like
looks
a
like
butthole.
a butthole, and he was so excited when he bought it.
It's
If
actually
you're-
a sandworm.
And
If
you know
your
where it
butthole
is?
looks like that, you have a serious problem.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
time to
thing
get
is,
checked
they just
out.
sell you the bucket too. They don't even put the popcorn in it.
It just, well, yeah, I think that's because they don't want to clean it beforehand.
It's so weird. And then it sits on the top of his refrigerator. So it's just that he has it. He's excited about it. But Wicked has like 5 or 6 different. I have the lantern.
too much.
I bought the lantern one because it's really pretty and it lights up. But the bucket that came with my super ticket is just like a tin, almost like a little trash can kind of size.
Right.
Okay.
I did, the only one that I got was Ghostbusters, and I got the trap.
I got the trap and
See, I
I
didn't
got
even
the
get
Stay
that.
Puft.
Yeah, and I got the Stay Puft as
Yeah.
well.
But the merchandise for this, I have spent a small fortune. But to me, it's worth it because this is my absolute ultimate favorite fandom.
I'm going on Monday.
I'm tattooed in it. My daughter's named after it. My dog is named after it.
No, I want to see it.
It's so stupid.
I want to see it so bad.
That's what makes me happy.
And I have heard, like, literally, I've heard so many people going in or coming out saying it was the best movie that they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's
putting a really high
Yeah, you're gonna
expectation on
ruin
it.
it for me.
I was nervous about that because not only am I a fan of the books, but also the show. I've seen
Right.
it 17 times. It's,
I think
like I said,
I might have said this before, but when I saw the show live, I did the gayest thing I've ever done in my life, and it was the defying gravity moment when she
Yes.
flies.
what?
I knew that was going to happen. Like, not only did I know it, like, when it happens,
Yeah.
I've seen video, like, they did it at the Tonys.
It wasn't a surprise. Yeah.
I watched the behind the scenes of how the lift works. That she's. I knew everything about that moment. But in the stage show, when she flies, I gasped and
Yeah.
clutched my pearls. Like, involuntarily, my hand did this. Like,
I remember.
Oh.
I knew it was coming too, and I got chills. Like I
It
still got
doesn't matter
chills.
how many times you see it. It is one of those moments, like in Back to the Future, when the car flies.
Yeah.
That was a wow moment because I knew that was going to happen too, but it just came out of nowhere. Kind of forgot that was going to happen.
I mean, with Back to the Future, the car didn't fly, and I didn't start weeping uncontrollably in the theater. But I just went, oh, that's cool.
I was sitting with other people who obviously were dressed to the nines in the different Wicked merchandise, everybody who was there had bought the super ticket, so they were all fans.
Yeah. No,
And the best part about it was when the Universal logo started at the beginning of the movie, you hear one person at the very back of the theater go, "No singing," and everybody was like, "Yes, we are there
Nice.
with you." It was great.
I feel like that's why they. Oh, sorry, Kenny, but I feel like that's why they announce ahead of
Yes.
time. We're doing a sing along in December because, god damn, that would suck.
Yes,
Just
this movie is not your
Correct.
concert.
Yeah,
venue.
this
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
Now, will all of you feel the same way when the porn version comes out?
I think it
I'm
already
sure
has.
Oh, it
This
has.
one.
We've
Oh,
seen
it has?
I filmed it last night at my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I remember there was a video in my online library of a girl dressed up like Dorothy. That was
The thing about jizz.
pretty good.
Oh, sorry.
So you wanted to meet the Jizzard?
Talk about defying gravity. All right.
Hey.
But I will say this.
It's not
I was-
water that melts the witch. Let me just.
I was very nervous it wasn't going to live up to expectations just because, like you said, everybody's been talking about it. I mean, the marketing has been insane. The promotion has been insane. I was very nervous about Ariana Grande just because of who she is.
I heard she's great.
And within 5 minutes, all of my fears were dispelled.
Oh, yeah.
It from the gate, out the gate, it is just
Yeah.
2.5, almost 3 hours flies by.
Nice.
And I will say I am a little disappointed that, and I understand why, but making it a two-parter, and it's not just that it's a two-parter, it's that you have to wait a year to see the second part.
That's marketing, baby.
I mean, remember when Back to the Future 2 came out and they had the trailer for Back to the Future
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
And it wasn't a year. It was like the movie came out in the summer
Well,
and they
because
were
they
like,
shot it at the same time.
they did. They shot it at the same
Wicked
time.
At the same time, they did.
Yeah.
It's done. They've released a few of the stills from the second half, but
No, you know what? Like, I think if I'm remembering it right, Back to the Future 2 came out in the summer, and 3 came out that winter.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to wait long.
Yeah, but
See, they knew what they were doing back
see,
in the 80s.
and see, I think they're following the Star Wars thing, where it's like every year you get a new movie, which was awesome. After the first 3, it was like another year, and then we got the 4th one. You know, we didn't wait 20 years for another one. You know,
Yeah.
so I like it.
Yeah, when Wicked, the second part comes out, and it does gangbusters, like I'm sure the first one is set to do.
oh yeah, it's already broken records with the pre-sales.
They're gonna go, okay, well shit, how do we do a third one?
Well, the thing is, there's 4 books in the series,
Yeah.
so they can do A Son of a Witch, A Lion Among Men, Out of
But
Oz.
also the book ends very different than the show.
The whole book is completely different
Yeah.
than the show. There's no relationship with Glinda and Fiyero. Elphaba and Fiyero have a very odd relationship, and it's super uber political, and it's super uber weirdly sexual.
Yeah.
With
Oh, then
dwarves
it's a
and
perfect time
dragons.
for that
Yeah.
to come
Well,
out now.
speaking of, since we've lost all of our straight listeners, we should talk about something else.
All right.
I
Ali,
watched Gladiator 2 today.
Did you sing along in the theater?
I did,
You went
and
on
I
a
felt bad.
mandate to see
I
it.
did. I
Yeah.
went on a mandate with my buddy Simon. Yeah, we grabbed some lunch, grabbed a couple of beers, and
Grabbed each
watched the show.
other?
Yes. Wow.
Were you when you were done? Were you glad you ate them?
I was very glad I ate
Was
her.
Pedro Pascal amazing?
No.
Oh, well.
Pedro Pascal was Pedro Pascal. There was nothing spectacular about what he did. I'm like, he was fine.
I love him.
Denzel,
Yeah.
good Lord.
Good.
Good
Good Lord.
Lord.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so good.
So they're calling this weekend with Wicked and Gladiator.
You got to get closer to that microphone there, James.
They're calling this weekend with Wicked and Gladiator the Glad Dict.
Glad to.
Glad Dick.
So
It's. I'm gonna watch it again. It was phenomenal. The acting, honestly, watching Denzel, what he does in this role, it's brilliant, and it reminds me of Dame Judi Dench because he doesn't have a lot of dialogue.
Right.
He doesn't have a lot of time
Like
to
8 minutes
get
on
those
screen.
things, but
Yeah.
when he's there,
I think when
It's
they
so good.
announced that they were doing a Gladiator 2, I was like, well, that's dumb. And is it connected to the first one at all?
Yes.
It is? But
Very much so.
But again, like with Wicked, I've heard it's really, really good.
yeah, it's 16 years after.
what
Okay.
I love is that they were really smart releasing the 2 movies on the same weekend because they're such different audiences.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really, really smart on their side, but I do have to ask you, Ali, does this mean you like Gladiator movies?
Yes, I do like Gladiator movies. Thank you.
If you're our age,
Thank you,
know that
Airplane.
joke.
You ever been in a Turkish prison?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
So for those of you, Josh, do you know what they're referencing right now? Because you're much younger than us.
Said it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Airplane, the Airplane movies. And,
Never seen a grown man naked.
and in that movie, it was a thing that used to happen when you were on a plane. If you were a little kid, you would get to go into the cockpit. And I was with my assistant. We were on our way back from Japan, and they had a picture of a little kid like getting the wings, like where they hand you the wings for flying on the plane. I think it's like your first flight or whatever. And my assistant said, "I remember when I got my wings," and I said, "I remember going into the cockpit."
Yeah, I
and
remember
being
that
able to
too.
do it. Fucking
And-
9/11.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Renee's family.
Well,
Or Renette's family.
Oh, man.
Fuck that up.
Thanks a
They used
lot,
to do that at
Renee.
Disney with the
Renee.
monorail. If
Yeah.
you rode in the front of the monorail, you got
One
like a
kid got
special-
molested and
you got
never
a
again.
special sticker, but no, somebody got really hurt on the monorail.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
there were
Yeah,
people
I
that
remember
died. It was after a Mama's show one night where the monorail crashed into the other monorail.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, that one.
And that one, I mean,
Yeah.
they were. Didn't they determine the dude was like on his phone or something? The driver.
remember.
I don't know why is there a driver for the monorail?
It
Because
should be automated. Like, it really could be.
even if you have something on the tracks, there's no reason that a computer couldn't go, "Oh, I'm gonna just slow this down." I don't.
Because you could have sensors on the track
Yeah.
that feed into the monorail.
Speaking
So
of
it's like,
living,
whoa.
living in the future, I was in Japan for the past 2 weeks,
Yes.
and
Braggart.
let me tell you how much better everything is.
Konnichiwa.
It is so. I called everyone Andrew, and
Did they all give you the same blank stare back?
no, I wouldn't call anything that they do a stare.
Oh.
Andrew did text me and ask how it was, and I said, you'd fit right in. I want to do like an expedition where we release Andrew, like we put him in a crate, fly him out to Japan,
Tag him.
open the door, and just watch the little guy run off.
But he's got to wear one of those clips on his ears.
Oh yeah, we don't want him getting away. No, it's great. It is. I mean, I've been there 3 times now, and we met a lot of international. We always meet international people when we're traveling. I mean, other than the country that we're in, and the Japanese people are just so nice, and they're so because as a culture, like you need to be. There's so many of them. I can't imagine the last time I was there, we were with a group of people, and one of the people in our party was having a real problem at the airport getting checked in. Like there was some big fuck up on her part, and the entire staff was like bending over backwards to help, and they were like, "Let me take your bag, and let me do this, and let me do that." And then we flew and landed in Atlanta.
I am there quite frequently.
And
Wow.
let me tell you the level of I don't give a shit that was going on in Atlanta.
Oh, I know that quite well.
If a terrorist wants to attack our country again, go through Atlanta. Because,
They'd get delayed.
yeah.
They'd never make it to their train or their plane on time.
Anytime.
How
so
many terrorists are sitting on a plane going, come on?
Bro, there have been anytime when I was working for the NHRA and doing a lot of traveling, like almost every weekend I was on the road, I was in a plane, and we would always have to go through Atlanta because that's a hub.
Right.
So we'd go through Atlanta, and anytime there was a delay or an issue, it was always through Atlanta. So one time, if you're listening, and this is you, if you recognize yourself in the person I'm about to talk about, I hope you sit on a cactus. So we're there, and I'm talking to my buddy. I don't want to say Benny Barker's name, but Benny Barker, he was on the road with me, and we're doing the gig together, and I go, dude, he goes, man, I just want to go home. And I go, hey, don't count on getting home immediately. It is Atlanta, man. It may seem like it's awesome, but bro, something's going to happen. He goes, does it happen? I said, almost, like 9 times out of 10, something happens. So we get on time, the thing's on time. He's like, look, and I go, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. We get on the plane, and we're walking to our seat, and he goes, look at that, we're home free. And I went, why the fuck would you say that? The guy behind me goes, I swear to God, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
And I go, see, we know it. Sure enough, we start the taxi, and he goes, look at that. And I go, okay, let's see. We stop. Ladies and gentlemen, the pilot's seat has broken.
Which one of you assholes said, cursed us?
And we have to taxi back because he doesn't it won't stay, so he can't push brakes properly. So we're going to taxi her back, and we're going to have to fix this chair. It's probably going to take about an hour, hour and a half. So thank you. And I just fucking glared.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was behind us goes, "You dick!" Just screams it. And I went, "Dude, this is all your fault, bro. All your fault."
What was this? What airline was this?
This would have been JetBlue.
Yeah, that explains the raucous crowd. You don't get that on a Delta flight.
JetBlue is Delta Light. It's not bad.
I'll say that in all of my travels, like recently, like in the past few years, Atlanta has never been my problem. It's Orlando. Because it rains in the afternoon.
Yes.
And that delays everything. So you're going to miss your connecting flight wherever you're going if you are connecting. And so, and the unfortunate thing now is every time I travel, I book my tickets for early in the morning because that's the only way I can guarantee, at least give me a better shot, that I'm not going to take off during a rainstorm.
Right.
And it just sucks because I am one of those people who in travel. What time do you guys get to the airport? Like before your flight?
I have TSA pre-check, so I get there about an hour.
Right. Yeah. That's what I do.
I
get
do
there
about an hour and a half.
An hour. That's acceptable. My assistant is like, "Wow, we got to get there 3 hours early."
But I also
3 is crazy. Two is the standard.
I never check bags either, so I
Yeah,
don't have to worry
I never
about
check back. Even if I am checking bags, with my status, we have a special window that I just go throw my luggage into. And listen, fly a lot, you'll get status.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes me 2 seconds to check my bags. Like this Japan trip, I had to check a bag. And some of my bigger like shows where I'm gone for a month or something, those are ones that I have to check a bag.
Right.
And even if I'm gone for a month and I have to check a bag, 90 minutes, I'm good. I'm good.
About an hour and a half is usually fine.
3 hours?
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Especially when your flight takes off at like 7 a.m.
Oh, that's fuck that.
Yeah. Are you out of your mind?
No, that's when you kiss her on the forehead right before as you're going to sleep. I'll meet you there.
Now I have to unfortunately do that when I come back from Atlanta because Kevin's about an hour from the airport, but there's only one road, like that one main road that goes to it.
Yeah.
So if there's any kind of traffic, we're fucked. So we have to plan no matter what, even if I get there early and it's like, oh yay, we made it here in an hour.
Do you have lounge access?
Not yet.
That's the only thing that makes it somewhat worth it.
But I always have my computer, so I'm always working. It doesn't matter.
But if you can get into a lounge, then you at least have, oh look, there's hot food, there's free food, there's a bar if you drink.
I have a Frontier card that gets me my luggage.
It's not a Frontier card. That's just your ID.
We flew.
It's fucking Frontier.
We flew into Minneapolis from Japan, and we had like a 2.5 hour layover. And so we were like, okay, well, let's go to the lounge. So we're looking at the directions, and there are 2 different lounges we could go to, and they were both in like the similar areas. So we were like, we're wandering around. We were like, okay, this is the one we're looking for. We can't find it. And then this dude, who I thought was doing a bit, was like, are you guys looking for Escape Lounge? and I was like, no, we're looking for this other one. He's like, I gotta recommend this one. They will give you whatever drinks you want for free.
He tried them all.
Was about to fall down. I was like, oh, he's not doing a bit. This dude is really fucking hammered right now.
Yeah. You talk about your Frontier card.
Yeah.
I had a Spirit airline card. And I was like, when they handed it to me, like, this is your card. I was like, bitch, I know this card. It's a mama's card. You just scraped out mama's and put Spirit on it.
My time is still all fucked up though.
Yeah?
Because we got in last night, got home at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And Japan is technically 12 hours ahead. We're in the future.
Yep.
So right now to me, it's 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And, of course, we didn't sleep very well last night just because being fucked up time. I have to be up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Me too.
How long of a flight?
Me too.
It's a 14-hour flight.
Like that's
Actually,
like if that
7.
were a direct flight.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what it was. Getting there, we flew to Detroit.
Ew.
And then from Detroit, it was 14 hours.
Nobody flies to
Okay.
Detroit on purpose.
So, you're looking at 16 hours in the air, 17 hours.
Do you do that comfy like seating where it turns into a bed?
No.
Oh.
No, I
You
don't.
just sit
fly
in a
first
chair
class?
for 14 hours?
No, I just lay back on the first class bed. Like I don't. I've never had a lay down on first class. I've been upgraded, status upgraded, like domestically, where it's just a bigger seat.
Okay, who here has not flown first class?
I never have.
I've never had flown.
Fucking
first class.
peasants. Fucking peasants.
I also haven't been on a plane in 15 years.
I got upgraded on Kevin's birthday when we flew to California on JetBlue, so we got the bigger seats. And
Right.
we got,
Right.
whatever, but yeah, no, I've never done.
My
My
first,
sister won't fly anything but.
my first class was my trip to London on our
that's a good one.
on our honeymoon.
I'm
yeah.
Virgin?
No, it was Delta. Because the reason we got the tickets were Belinda's cousin was a flight attendant on Delta, and that was her wedding gift. Was like, I want to give you guys your honeymoon, pay for the
That's
trip.
great. That's a
It was
huge
great,
chunk.
and she had let them know that we were on our honeymoon. So they said if there is an upgrade, we'll give it to them. We didn't know any of this until after. So we're signing up, and they're like, hang back a little bit, and so we were like, what's going on? And then right before I was like, Mr. and Mrs. Flores, your first class, it was like, shut up.
Yeah.
If you're flying overseas,
Yeah.
you gotta do first
Well,
class.
but here's the thing
so
with that
much better.
is the difference in price in first class,
insane.
especially overseas. Like I've had to buy tickets for going somewhere like the last time I went to Japan. It was $900, which was like a deal. Like that was a cheap round trip ticket to Japan, $900. If I wanted to go first class, $7,000.
Go!
Yeah,
Does that come with a happy ending?
Yeah,
It better.
it better, yeah.
And
It better come with a lot
I mean,
more
I'll
than
do.
that.
I'll do that.
It better
for
come
less
with
than
a threesome.
7,000.
Fuck peanuts, just nuts. I'm there to be nutting all night.
yeah, no peanuts, D's nuts. And I've seen more expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like was it Emirates?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they give you get a massage bed and
You
all
get,
the
like, pajamas
Oh my
and a
god,
whole
yeah.
But you
Emirates is
also
insane.
know
get
that
an apartment.
you know an Air Emirates flight's never going to get hijacked.
No, probably not.
Oh, can I tell you something that was actually
That's Todd Farron.
something that actually did make me nervous is right before we left, there was that report of Russia planting incendiary devices on planes.
Oh shit.
It was a thwarted attack where they found out that Russia was planning on putting on commercial and on cargo planes, both. And our flight, it was always on their way to the U.S. Japan is not super friendly with Russia right now. Japan is on the shit list because they've been, helping Ukraine. And I was like, oh, fuck, we got to fly right past Russia to get back from Japan.
Could you see it from your house?
I could see Russia from the plane. And the whole time we were doing it, I was like, am I just going to hear jets or am I going to hear some sort of sizzling behind me? And then I was like, God damn it. The closer we got to the U.S., the more I was like, okay, they can at least send another plane to we'll be able to see a dogfight happening right outside the window or something. But yeah, that was the entire flight back. I just kept
You were
thinking,
planning a military attack in your head.
yeah, but the whole time I was like, when is it going to happen? Would I rather, because in the movies, there's a buildup of sound before the missile hits. You get that shh.
Yeah.
I was like, no, not in real life. I'd rather just, be sitting there going, man, I can't sleep on an airplane, and then nothing.
Yeah. That's the way to go for sure. You don't want to have that terror with the oxygen masks falling and everything shaking and
Or
seeing
that-
people fly out a hole in the window.
Or you fly out of a hole in the window.
Yeah, that.
That would be awful. There was a real tragedy that happened where a plane crashed and they recovered the black box and they found that the plane was flying upside down for something like 3 minutes.
Wow.
Before they eventually hit the ground.
I'm
Was
hoping...
it that Flight? Didn't we see that movie?
No, I don't know if they made a movie on this, but
I would hope that the people involved in that would be in like a state of shock to where they're
you would
just
hope.
not, yeah.
But not everybody is going to be in. There's going to be someone like me who's just going fucking great.
Who's shit in your
I would have
pants.
just had, whee! They're like, why are you doing that? Fuck it, we're gonna die. Who gives a shit? I'm not
Actually-
gonna go out screaming. Let's have some fun.
Undo
Learned
your
it by
seatbelt.
Universal. Whee!
Undo your seatbelt and try to do the anti-gravity thing where you're floating around because that's like $100,000 ticket. So at least get your money's worth on the last flight.
The vomit comment. I have a student, this two-time student, who is an astrophysicist.
Nice.
And legit, like a NASA
That's not a real
astrophysicist professor. He has been on the vomit comet over 200 times.
I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, he does experiments. That's
he
what he
throw up
does.
every
And
time?
oh no, he explained what happens, and he's explaining it in his act what happens, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, it's
He gets
funny
paid to do this.
Yeah, it's part of his research.
Yeah,
he does
yeah.
all this stuff, but I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah, it's an
that's
expensive
brilliant.
ticket. If you,
Yeah,
I remember it might have gotten cheaper, but I remember I was watching a behind the scenes documentary with Matt Groening, and he took some of the writers, the Simpsons writers, and they did it, and it was like $100,000 a ticket.
No.
Wow.
On the vomit
I
comment?
have
Yeah.
so many
Wow.
things I could spend $100,000 on.
Yeah.
Right, but if you have more money than you can spend in one lifetime,
Oh yeah, I'd spend the
What's
$100,000
that
on
like,
it.
Todd?
well, I'll tell you what, you have to deal with a lot of complaining because a lot of people,
But I do that already.
you constantly, yeah, I know, and you're not getting paid for it.
I know.
Listen, when you're trampling rights, it's empowering, but also annoying because you still have to, like if I could do it from behind closed doors where I don't have to see you cry.
You mean behind like a curtain?
Yeah.
And you could just use like a control board with
Thank
your voice?
you.
So Todd, what's going to happen in a couple of months when we're not allowed to have ladies on stage?
Good thing I'm not a lady. Yeah, that's great.
Actually, you know what scares me is the only thing that I don't want to get political on this, but the only thing that really is making me nervous right now is the talk of doing away with the First Amendment. Mm-hmm. Doing away with the First Amendment would make me go, oh shit, as a writer or a performer, that's fucking terrifying.
Yep. And it should be terrifying.
Yeah, but the blanket that they're going to wrap it up in is, you guys, you shouldn't be allowed to besmirch the president because he represents the country.
No, he doesn't.
And you shouldn't be allowed. No, I'm just saying this is what they're going to wrap everything up in. And you shouldn't be allowed to badmouth America because you live here. Like and it's going to be called like the super dumb patriot. America is great.
Okay, so before that happens, I hope that fucker trips and hits his dick on a cactus.
Yeah. Yeah. Then what's going to happen is let's check back in a couple months when we're doing the podcast.
President Trump was attacked by a cactus today, right in his dick.
No, it's going to be
Seen running away screaming, "Aye!" was a small Mexican man.
No, what it's going to be is go, hey, so I had to delete the back catalog of the Mama's podcast. Also, did you guys hear Ali fell out of a window?
It was
We
the
haven't
weirdest
seen Ali
thing.
in forever.
The skyrise. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's not going to happen.
Guys,
you'll be out of the country before that.
Google A. Ali Flores. Nothing comes up.
It's so weird. It's like he never existed. I know I had pictures of him, but they're not in my cloud.
Yeah,
They're not even in your closet anymore in the box that you carry. Like it's gone.
Even his dick
It's like, how did you get those?
You mean my shrine?
Yes.
Even his dick pics are going up.
No,
Those are
find
very
those will
small
forever
pictures.
stay in your brain.
Burned indelible image.
Yeah, but yeah, that's on the nerd.
I've
that
just
we're-
been enjoying the clown circus of the cabinet appointees.
Oh my God.
Well, I did tell Ali last night because they were doing the show at the resort.
Yes.
As we were flying in, I did text them that as we were coming into the U.S., I said I can see all of the freedom leaving.
Does it look like a
catch it.
rainbow? Like
Yeah.
a rainbow going to other countries?
No, well, not a rainbow. We're not going to see those for a while.
No, that's what I'm saying. All the gays on a mass exodus.
Well, by choice or not. Oh, and so my assistant, her family is Muslim, and they're from Canada. They weren't born here.
They're
So
Muslim, eh?
I told them, Muslim. And I told them because they took us to the airport, and I said, hey, you guys ready to go to Canada? to live. And they were like, why? And I went, you're Muslim and you weren't born here. You're the first to go. And your son voted for it.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I just, now I'm thinking about the way you said it too, Canadian Muslim. I was like, Muslim? I was like, Moose. I was like, yes, yes.
All right, you know what? We got to make those shirts.
Yes, we do.
We'll sell them in the new Mama's Canada comedy show.
Muslims.
Did any of you guys go to the garage sale?
Which one?
I did.
The Universal garage
I was
sale?
gone.
Yeah, we went a few times.
I went on Saturday after I did thespian judging last weekend, and I had been watching the feed of like the annual pass holders group of people, what they're getting and how long the waits are. People were waiting for 4.5 hours.
Yes, they were.
I got
Yeah.
there and I was in and out in 45 minutes.
Wait, this was open to the public, not just.
Well, the first day it was open to our team members, then it was annual pass holders only from 7 to noon, and then after that it was open to the public. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The first day it was 70%, the second day was 80%, and the third day it was 90% off.
I didn't
Wow.
even get my turkey this year.
I was about to say, do they still do that?
Yeah,
I got
think,
mine.
I think today was the last day for it, and I was just not in any sort of shape to
Well, usually
travel
if
down
it
there.
doesn't get picked up, they'll donate it.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want homeless people getting my turkey. I want my turkey.
Yeah,
I mean, what
they're
are they going
homeless
to do
for
with
a
it?
reason.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot to carry around.
Yeah, where are they going to cook it in?
But yeah, this week
A shopping cart?
I bit the
Wow.
bullet and did something I never thought I was ever going to do.
What's
You
that?
got to get those abortions now.
Being a former cast member and a former team member of two of the biggest parks, I actually bought annual passes.
Ew.
I know, it's so gross.
It's yeah. I was like, I've never done it. And what's crazy is, I was contemplating it this year
And you got
because
hired, yeah.
because Rayanne goes, my assistant goes all the time. She has the the annual pass. She goes to her friends. I was like, I kind of want to go whenever I want to go again.
Yeah.
And then I just booked Epic Uverse. I was like, fuck that,
Congrats.
I don't have to do it.
Well,
There you go.
congratulations.
Thanks.
But yeah, the whole reason is my son works at Universal, so it's nice to be able to go and see him in shows. What?
Speaking of
My son?
sons,
Oh.
I was at a callback, which, by the way, I didn't know it was a callback. So as I got offered this contract for Epic Uverse, and in the language and in the email it was, we're going to let you know we have to do a meeting. We'll let you know soon when we're going to do a meeting, just like an onboarding type of thing. 30 minutes later, I get this email about a callback, but it says, there are Mardi Gras callbacks going on. Let them know you're not with that. So I went, oh, you're lumping me in with this. So I had no clue it was an actual callback that I was going to. I thought it was this, this onboarding thing.
It makes me wonder if they wanted to see you for something else.
No, and they did. And like, it ended up being a fun callback. But as I'm there and looking at the people in the callback, Kate and Aiello.
Yeah.
And I went,
Oh.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm now seeing my friends' kids
Yeah.
auditioning at the same time I am.
Elliot wants to apply there next year.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I mean, that's how I felt when I saw Xander on the stage that I was
Yeah.
the escort for when I was pregnant with him.
Oh my
It's
God, we're
very
fucking
surreal.
old. This sucks.
No, it's weird. The kids they're that age and we're
They're
only
they're
30.
our age when we started. Well, they're a little
Older.
younger for me.
Xander's older. I was 19 when I started.
Oh yeah, no,
Universal.
I was in my 20s.
He's 23 now. But the annual passes for that, and plus, if ever I do get comp tickets for Zoe or Kevin or anybody else who wants to go with me, I still have to pay for the parking, and that fucking sucks.
That does.
So then also you get the discounts of the food and the merchandise and all that stuff, and then Universal is actually cheaper with his employee discount to pay for it all at once, and Disney you can do the deposit and pay monthly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, but Disney is not a fun experience right now.
Well, Disney for me is different now than when the kids were younger because it's a me and Zoe day. So
But I just mean you have to plan your entire
with
day
the
ahead of time.
reservations and everything. Yeah.
That's garbage. I hate
Yeah,
that.
but you don't really have to plan. Like, you just have to put your reservation in. That's it.
Right.
Like, I had a great time. All we had to do was go, okay,
Yeah,
we're
and
good,
there's
and we're
some
there.
days
and
that
then we
are
had a great
completely
time.
open too, and they say on the Disney mobile that today's an open day, you can go wherever.
Right, but that's every time I've gone, that's not been the case. I still haven't done the newest Star Wars attraction.
Oh, Rise.
Oh my God,
I
Rise.
still,
it's
yep.
so cool.
I
I'm
still
not a
haven't.
Star
I did it,
Wars
but we had
fan,
to wait
and that
3
thing got
hours.
me
That
hard.
one room when you go in it.
Oh,
yes.
it's breathtaking.
That
You're like,
reveal is like, holy
I am not a
shit.
Star Wars person, but damn,
I would love to do that, but
I got a hard
I've
on
yet to be able
in
to get
honor
into
of my
it.
friends.
They have
Like,
a
I was
standby
like,
line now. It's not just booking it.
Right now,
It's-
but once when they first open for like
Yeah.
the first year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's how Tron is. Yeah.
I still haven't done.
I still
Tron.
haven't done Tron.
Tron
yeah.
was interesting. Honestly, Kevin booked it when we went for my birthday, and he paid for the lightning lane because that was the
Yeah.
one thing he wanted to do. Which for me, I can never see paying for a freaking
Right.
Yeah.
place in line. But honestly, it was not that impressive. I'm not a huge Tron fan.
Right.
He made his own like action figure at the Tron store.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Oh,
loved it.
I know the company that that does that.
Yeah. Well, they got his money.
Nice.
I got to do the Mario Kart because I went
nice.
to Universal Japan. Oh, it was great. It was so much fun. I wanted to do it again. The way that they do it, when you get into the park, you make a reservation for that land. So as soon as I went in, I looked and I was like, oh, okay, I can go in starting at noon. So I had to wait a couple hours, but I got to do Jaws because they still have their Jaws attraction there. They had a Demon Slayer ride from the anime.
Oh, my son would love that.
And well, let me tell you this. The last time I went to Universal Japan, this ride, which is like on the main street, it's basically the ride that they just change over every few years. And when I did the one that I did a few years ago, I don't even remember the name of it. It was just space themed. And it had nothing to do, no movie, no IP, nothing. It was a really fun ride. So this time I saw that there was a wait. It was like an hour-long wait for this. And I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't follow Demon Slayer, but I want to now. It was a VR roller coaster where you put on the goggles while you're on a track. So fucking good. Like the quality of it was so good. And just the movements, yeah, I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel nauseous. It was just really, really cool.
The new trailer for the live action How to Train Your Dragon came out
Yeah.
with the Wicked movie. It looks so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer
I
yet.
love the movie itself, the animated series. I love Toothless. It's one of my favorites.
And Toothless just looks like a better render of the same animation.
But even the actor they have to play, my brain is fried, the kid.
Yeah.
Like matching it for the animated to the live action, it's
Hiccup?
perfection. Hiccup. Thank
yeah.
you. Yes. Ha! I couldn't think of it. Hiccup.
Well, no, because a friend of mine got cast, and he couldn't say who he was cast as,
Oh,
and so he just kept going,
There you go.
smart.
and that's how I remembered. But yeah, no, Japan, Universal Japan was. This was the other thing about Japan. So we landed there 2 weeks ago. Instantly, everything in Japan is Christmas. Everything, everywhere. It's just Christmas carols. Trees are already up. Everything
They are
is lit.
catering to Americans.
Yep.
No, it's huge there. Christmas is huge. Like their Christmas dinner is KFC.
But they're not
Yeah.
Christian, right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah. I mean, they
do you
are.
really have to be Christian to celebrate Christmas anymore?
mean,
No,
I'm
but
not.
I'm just saying, as a country, I was like, I
mean,
would assume that
They're
would-
not a strong Christian nation like we are.
Right.
But yeah, no,
With
they.
those grounded morals.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, everything there is Christmas, just across the board. And then when we landed, we saw, oh, the airport already has Christmas stuff up, but it wasn't up when we left. So it was just like we've been, submerged in Christmas way too early.
Yes.
Because for me, I feel like it's a sin to do it before Thanksgiving. I was like, on Thanksgiving, because that's when Santa makes
Yeah.
his appearance at the
No,
parade.
That's the tradition of my family is we would put the tree up while we watched the parade and dinner
Yeah.
was cooking. Yeah.
By the way, I just wanted to, this is a complete tangent, but I wanted to say this out here. It was one of the cutest moments. So Todd came by the house to pick up the equipment, mics and things that we had from Thursday, because I didn't know if I'd make it in time to help set up because I was watching the movie.
Right.
So he comes by, and my dog, the attack dog, known as Beanie,
3 pounds of terror.
7, thank you. We just got back to that. So as soon as he knocks on the door, She is spinning, Todd, like
Yeah.
spinning. Rah, 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 rah. Goes to the door, spinning, like I'm gonna attack you. We open the door, Todd is down and squatting, and she's like, oh my God, Todd, I love you so much. The aggression was completely gone, the tail's wagging, like, bitch, you were about to cut his throat out just 2 seconds ago.
And then she was ready to leave with me.
Yeah, she was like jumping in the car. So I always keep a lead in my garage, like if I go do shit on my car or something like that, I let her work with me, so she'll have
shit
the
on your
lead.
car?
Yes, and so I was like, I put her on the lead as we're doing stuff. She sees the door open, jumps in, sits in the side, like, we going somewhere? We gonna do something? What are we doing? Where are we going?
Oh, be careful with that. My mom's dog did that, and nobody knew she was left in the car.
Oh no,
Yeah, that's how we lost her.
that
I
sucks.
know, so be careful with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, on that note, we should wrap up this comedy show.
Much like we did that dog.
And she told me while I was at Disney.
Oh.
I know.
Poor little guy probably kept up to you for about a mile or so.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Ali,
Yes.
what did you learn tonight?
Tonight, I learned that if you want to get anything for James for Christmas, her birthday, Arbor Day,
Valentine's Day, Mother's Day.
any of those days, Wicked is the way to go.
I probably already bought it.
Wicked. James, what did you learn today?
I learned that Kenny is the strong, silent type.
Kenny, that's true. You were kind of standing here like Michael
Yeah.
Myers throughout most of the podcast.
It's funny because guess what I learned?
What?
I really didn't need to be a part of this podcast. I mean, I haven't seen Gladiator 2. I haven't seen Wicked. I've never been to Japan. I
work
haven't
at
killed
Universal?
a dog like James did. I lead a very boring life.
You went to the garage sale.
What's
You
that?
went to the garage sale.
Yeah. Because everyone's so excited to hear about that.
And I learned something tonight, too.
What's that?
Always end the show on a dead dog story. All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. We are here every Friday night. Go to www.mamascomedyshow.com. Ali, where can people find you?
Ali Flores Comedy on all the socials.
Yep. James, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and the Facebook at
.com. Kenny, where can people find you?
Yeah, probably drunk in a ditch somewhere.
.com.
And you can buy my books on Amazon. Just search Todd Farron, last name F-E-R-E-N. See you guys. It is toddfarron.com. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys after or later, whatever. Bye.
Bye.